Aloha everybody, welcome to Eat and Be Eaten. Today we are taking a look at poke, one of my favorite foods here in Hawaii. And we're going to break down the one ingredient that most people have never heard of, but it's what makes a traditional Hawaiian style poke different. At poke bars, so many different flavors. There's Korean style, there's with furikake, there's spicy mayo. A lot of it's ahi, mostly ahi, some imitation crab in the California roll with avocado. There's Hawaiian style as well, spicy chili crunch, all kinds. And then, of course, over here we have the accoutrements, crabs, sliced squid, taco, seaweed salad, kimchi, cucumber. Alright, so let's get into it and break down what makes a Hawaiian style poke and what's the one ingredient that makes it different. Poke, the most well-known Hawaiian food on earth. It's Hawaii's marinated raw fish dish. We are going to take you through the whole process of how to make different kinds and break down what makes a Hawaiian style. Including the classic topping that can be found only in the islands. Aloha! Poke has exploded globally in popularity in recent years, mostly in the form of poke bowls. You can now find poke bars as far away as New York City and London. Like ceviche in Latin America or kinilaw in the Philippines, poke consists of raw fish cut into pieces and steeped in a marinade. In fact, the word poke is a verb, meaning to slice or cut into pieces. So you can poke whole fish like ahi, ono, aku, or you can also make poke with shellfish, crab, squid. In Hawaii, the basic construction is simple. The main ingredient is the protein, that's the fish or shellfish, and you could even use king ali'i mushrooms as the protein if you want. Next up is the sauce or marinade. Shoyu and garlic shoyu are some of the most popular. Also, spicy mayo is common. Then there's the add-ins like ogo seaweed, onions, edamame. And finally, there's the poke toppings. That's stuff like scallions, sesame seeds, maybe furikake, and you can also buy mixes in the store. In addition to the fish or other seafood, a Hawaiian-style poke has limu or seaweed, as well as sea salt and a topping that we'll get to in a bit.
Okay, so Hannah and I came down here north of Mahukona and we're looking for some limu seaweed. And also we found right here all along the rocks there's opihi, which are little mollusks. And these guys are popular to make poke out of as well. You just pry them off the rock.
There's a tiny little Havana in there, it's so cute.
Oh, cute.
A miniature Havana. Little tentacles right there, he's reaching out with them.
Here I'm getting some limu from the rocks to add into our poke. And that brings us to the final topping for an authentic traditional Hawaiian style poke, and that is a roasted nut relish called inamona. Inamona is made from nuts of the kukui tree, which is also called candle nut, and that's because the nuts are very fatty and would be dried and lit on fire and used as candles. The kukui tree itself is what's known as a canoe plant because it was brought over on the voyage in canoe by the Hawaiians when they first came from Polynesia. The entire process takes about 2 months, so let's go through it. First, you gotta pick the nuts,
Wait until the husks blacken and fall off the tree, then you pick them from the ground, discarp the papery endocarp, and you're left with the shell. You're going to dry these on racks for about 2 months. But first, you want to fill a bucket of water and take the floaters out. Those are no good. Once you've gotten rid of those, you spread them on your drying racks. 4 to 8 weeks, they are going to be on there. At this stage, it's time to move over to the grill. You're going to roast the nuts shell on for 90 minutes or an hour and a half at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Flip the nuts halfway through so they don't burn on the grill. Then with a nutcracker, crack the nuts. The hard shells are going to explode right off it, and the meat inside is actually patterned like a kukui leaf. At this point, they have a warm, nutty, lovely aroma, and they're ready for the final stage of making inamona. If you click the link in the upper right corner, it will take you to a playlist of popular Hawaii recipes. Can we perfect a homemade recipe, just like this video? The last one we did was kalua pig, and that was a lot of fun. So what we had to do was make our own imu to roast the pig in. And we dug out the emu, we hunted pig, and then we went through the whole process using tea leaf to make the emu. And anyway, so we take you through the entire process. We also did one for huli chicken. We've got more coming out. And if you enjoy these, you can like and subscribe and join the channel. And let's get back to inamona. Sea salt is the final main ingredient in a Hawaiian-style poke, and you need it to make inamona as well. The crystals in the salt grind down and mingle with the oils in the nut meat. Here are the salt pans, or poho pa'akai, at Kalaimano, close to where we set off for our fishing trip. For many generations, the crystals here have been harvested in natural and man-made basins, and today the area is a cultural and marine reserve. The goal is to crush the nuts and the salt together to release the natural oils. You can also add some dried seaweed for flavor. And the result is a nutty relish that you can sprinkle on the top of your finished product, which is poke, which is a masterpiece.
Alright guys, so that is Hawaiian style poke with the one ingredient, makes it different. Kukui nut, ground up, inamona, now you know. I saw a request for spicy crab poke recipe in the comments. If anybody wants to see any other types of poke, let us know. Let us know what you think. See you next time. Aloha.